Good evening. We are here back on a Monday, which tonight the Minnesota Vikings take on the Chicago Bears, which should be a good matchup with the Bears sitting at 5-4 at second in the division and the Vikings sitting at 3-5 with Kirk Cousins being 0-9 on Monday Night Football. So that, should be a really good game tonight. So just be ready for it and be ready to, have a battle go on tonight. Anyways, today we're going to talk about a couple different things and topics from the games we witnessed yesterday. So, are you ready to get your fix? Well, let's start with James Robinson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the Jaguars played against the Packers yesterday, where I'm sure everyone expected the Packers to destroy the Jags, but that wasn't the case. When the Packers lost to the Vikings 2 weeks ago, the Vikings opened the door on how to beat the Packers, and that's to play really aggressive and get the run game going early and keep it going. Okay, the Packers have a really tough time stopping the run against a team that is able to execute good blocking. Well, yesterday, the Jaguars knew they had to get the run game going early and gave the ball to James Robinson, who's having an unreal season for an undrafted rookie. Okay, the last 3 games, James has had 119, 99, and then 109 rushing yards and had 2 touchdowns, which is those 2 games ago. So, this man just keeps running, okay, and isn't slowing down. Look, the Jaguars' offensive line is nothing special by any means, but they have been able to execute good blocking, so James has enough time to at least rush for about 3 to 4 yards. It gets some space of open field. Now, James Robinson more than likely won't win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he is definitely in the race of the top 10 rookies. Now, James Robinson is a key piece for that Jaguars team, and was a big reason the Jaguars actually stayed in this game and almost came away with a victory over a really solid Packers team. So let's switch gears to the Miami Dolphins. Now, yesterday the Dolphins hosted the Chargers, in which they won 29-21. Now, this game was another big test for Tua, as entering this game he was 2-0 as a starter and had a really rough first game with a stellar second game. Now, Tua got the job done last night, okay, and made some really nice plays. We really haven't seen many left-handed quarterbacks in the NFL, but let me tell you, the way he throws the ball is really smooth. One thing I really don't like, though, about Tua is, and this was a huge issue in college as well, is he likes to kind of be over-aggressive in the sense that when he has to run the ball, he forgets to slide more than half the time, and he likes to act like a running back and take some big hits and, try to make, those wow plays. And, this is exactly kind of what led him to get injured in college, and I don't understand why he's still trying to be that same guy. Look, I know you want to make those big plays and you want to be highlight reel, but you got to protect yourself in order to have a long career and a long, healthy career in the NFL. And if you already are not healthy before the NFL when you were in college, you got to figure something out. You can't keep taking risks, at least those kind of risks. You can take some, but you got to limit the ones where you're going to take big hits. He just has to be safer when rolling outside the pocket. Otherwise, his career is going to be, shortened. Anyways, other than that, he's going to be just fine for the time being. As now he's 3-0 with his next 3 starts being against the Broncos, the Jets, and the Bengals. So he can easily start his career at 6-0 before playing the powerhouse Chiefs. So, Tua in good hands at the moment. He just has to be safer. Now, moving over to the Buffalo Bills and the Arizona Cardinals game. This was a crazy game, okay? The Bills had this game in the palm of their hands and let the Cardinals sneak back in to win the game. I believe at one point it was 24-6 or something like that. It was ridiculous. But Kyler Murray, though, he's something else, okay? And he needs to be in the discussion for MVP because the way he controls the game and the way he leads his team is something a lot of players can't do. Okay, Kyler does things that make you go, how? How did he just do that? Okay, I honestly believe this is the most perfect mobile quarterback you could ask for. He throws one of the nicest balls I've ever seen, and he even does it on the run. And that's mainly due to his baseball skills, okay? He also is very, just scary fast. We know Lamar Jackson is fast, but Kyler does it in a way where you're almost like, wait, he wasn't going that fast at first, then bam, he's gone. It's just, it's just like a bullet getting shot out of a gun. Just all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, he's already gone. He's past you, and he scores a touchdown. That's what his specialty is. He can make you miss running or passing. Everything he does is just as smooth as can be and would definitely be a choice for me if I were to pick a franchise quarterback to build around behind Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson. Now, another thing to note is, did you see that catch from DeAndre Hopkins? I haven't freaked out like that in a while. Okay, the last time I freaked out, not quite like that, probably a little bit more than that, would have been the Minneapolis Miracle. Okay, with Stephon Diggs catching that ball and scoring to send him to the NFC Championship game. But that was, 11 seconds left on the clock with only one play to try and score, and Kyler Murray throws a 40-some yard bomb to Hopkins, who, by the way, was triple covered and somehow came down with the ball with 1 second left and led their team, just led them to a victory. Okay, all three defensive backs were in the perfect position to make a play. Okay, but the ball couldn't have been placed any better than it was, and DeAndre Hopkins couldn't have made a better catch. This is probably, this is and probably will be the best catch we're going to see the entire season. This is the best catch right now, hands down. Nobody has made this kind of catch, especially triple covered, and in the way he did with those strong hands, bringing it down, winning the game with 1 second on the clock. DeAndre Hopkins continues to drop jaws and make plays. So, lastly, let's talk about that Ravens and Patriots game, okay, from last night. I know the weather was bad, but hey, the Patriots took care of the Ravens, and I believe it's because on Saturday, the Patriots had similar weather and practice outside in it so that they could be prepared for what was to come last night, okay? And it really showed. Now, the Ravens, they did just fine, okay? But you could tell they were playing more conservative so they could avoid turning the ball over. But they had a lot of missed snaps and drop passes, whereas the Patriots actually played kind of, pretty solid. Now, this was a perfect for Cam Newton, as we know he can't really throw that deep ball that well. So with rain, he has to throw those shallow routes and run the ball. Now, Lamar did just fine. Don't get me wrong, okay? But I felt that the rest of the Ravens team just had a hard time getting used to the rain and the wind and just playing in that slop, okay? The Patriots, they pulled off a pretty good win and kept themselves in the hunt for the playoffs and kept their hopes alive to possibly put up a fight for the division title, which I don't think is going to happen, but there's still that hope for them. So overall, this is a good game from the Patriots, and we're going to see where, they go from here. Is Bill Belichick going to lead these guys the rest of the way, or is this the last win we've seen from the Patriots or the last hurrah from the Patriots? Well, that's going to end our discussion today, as now we wait for some Monday Night Football between the Vikings and the Bears in a division battle. Well, will Kirk get his first career win on a Monday night? I guess you'll just have to find or watch to find out, and make sure you tune in. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be a battle. I think Vikings are going to pull it off, but hey, anything can happen on Monday night, especially when Kirk's 0-9. So anyways, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow, and you just got your fix with the Wicks.